Hi and welcome to the sanctuary, and with today's painting with the heart chakra. I'm really looking forward to this, probably because I've got lots of different colour greens to work with. Let me just make sure my camera's pretty stable on this. That's better. So it's been quite a journey so far through the chakras, and I'm really loving what it's bringing up for me, certainly, and also what it also seems to be bringing up for other people as well. I think I will actually be running this as a course later on, maybe later on this year or into next year. It's just such a beautiful experience to go through. And thank you so much for those who have been painting along as well, and posting your paints, your paintings into the group. It's absolutely beautiful. Morning, Joyce, I see you're here. Already the first on. You're such my number one fan. It's wonderful. And yeah, it was quite a revelation yesterday what came through, and for me it just showed completely the power of intuitive expression and this way of painting, of how things turn up on a paper and how we see it. So with the heart chakra, we're halfway through. I said in the group that the root chakra was like the roots of the tree and very much anchored and grounded. And as we moved into the sacral, that it's the tree trunk that's taken us up into the world, and the sap, this movement through the tree, the energy that brings us up into where this trunk then begins to branch out the divine. And this is where the heart chakra sits, of where those branches come out and where we can sit and contemplate and really almost to take a pause on the journey back home to the divine, and also the journey within, where the heart is really the seat of the soul. And it's just a moment, of reflection, of bringing this harmony between spirit and earth, between the divine and Gaia, and from the inner to the outer. It's this moment where it's creating harmony, and green really does bring this. Again, as I said in the group as well, if ever in a moment when you're feeling doubtful, you don't know which way to turn, you've got too many choices, that by going out into nature and feeling that energy of the green, it really helps you to bring you back into your heart center. And it's just, it's such a beautiful color. It's so peaceful. And what's amazing as well, what I like about green, is that it's made up of the warm and the cool. It's made up of the warm yellow, and it's made up of the cool blue. So this colour really is of perfect harmony between the two. So I'm just excited to see where this journey takes us today. So I have my heart chakra cards, as always. So once again, I'm going to close my eyes and just shuffle these around. And then I'm going to take 1 and 2. I give and you are love. Openness. I am free to give generously to others and do so with love. I breathe love, light and nourishment into my body, mind and spirit, allowing my inner well of resource to be fully replenished. As I weave loving kindness out into the world, I receive loving kindness from the universal web. Now the middle one really speaks to me, because I wrote in the group about the breath, that when we're limiting our breath of breathing in or breathing out, we're also limiting that energy as well. And I'm really wanting to get into breath work, and I just feel this is just bringing me into this space. I breathe love, light and nourishment into my body, mind and spirit. Of really taking that breath in and really knowing that is really nourishing my body. And this is, you know, it's a whole new thing for me. We're all on this journey of learning. And it wasn't till, I don't know, it could have even been months ago, 6 months ago, that I really realised that we've been programmed that, you know, the air we breathe, it's just oxygen and carbon dioxide and that is it. It's a mechanical thing. But now I realise it's so much more, that we're breathing in this chi and this prana. And, I see that the prana, when there's sometimes I look out to the sky or look at the trees and I can see these tiny little particles whizzing around crazily. And that's the energy, that's the prana. And so when we breathe this in, we're actually nourishing our body with this prana. It's huge, and it's a world that, yeah, it's fascinating me. And I really feel I'm being called to do some breath work. So yeah, definitely for number 1 for this. Self-love is the greatest gift of all. You are a unique expression of the divine. Know that you are connected to all that is. Let love, peace and tranquility penetrate through your being into the world and watch as it is reflected back to you. You are love. It is absolutely beautiful. Yes, I knew it's the main card of the heart chakra, and it's just such a lovely image. Now the 2 triangles I was reading as well is also the inverted triangle, and the full triangle is the masculine and the feminine. So it's complete union of the 2 energies within. Absolutely beautiful little scene. So for this, I'm going to go with this one. You are a unique expression of the divine. Know that you are connected to all that is. And I think sometimes when we doubt ourselves, we forget that we are a unique expression of the divine. And, you know, if we're doubting ourselves, we're doubting the divine. And that kind of feels so wrong. So it's kind of reminding ourselves that we are an expression of the divine, and to completely trust and embody that. So I have my 2 cards. And now I'm just going to I'm going to show you the oils I've taken for the heart chakra. Now Norma asked a great question in the group, is that are there specific oils for each chakra? Now you can look online and you can see so many different oils for different chakras. Some are quite common to what people say, other people bring in very different ones. And for me, it's more about the emotions we are working with within that chakra. There are some like common denominators, like the root chakra. It's really going for the tree and the really deep base oils that help to anchor us, whereas the solar plexus might be more with the citrusy oils. However, I think it's really good to base the choice of the oils for the chakras on what you want to work with. If we just go for one oil can be for so many different things, and it can be a different thing to different people. And I'm all for listening to your body and tuning in intuitively of what your body needs for that chakra. So I've just picked a few possibilities. So there's marjoram, which is really about being disconnected from the outside world, almost like putting this barrier on. Really great for the heart wall. Because as we said, having a heart wall, when you go through a traumatic experience, you can create this wall around your heart, this energetic wall, and it kind of cuts you off from the outside world. And the marjoram really helps with this. As does the cedarwood. The cedarwood is all about connecting to others, to community, to opening your heart and allowing that help to come in. Thyme is about releasing all this emotional trauma, and Kabiba, they do also. It's really about working on releasing these emotions that we've buried so deep that they actually block the heart chakra. So these really help on releasing. Geranium is really about trust. It's a very feminine oil, so working with the divine feminine as well. And sometimes we can shut off from love because we just don't trust because of what we've been through before. And this brings back the trust, and also again works with the mother bond as well. Lime is for the heavy heart, so it really helps to release this heaviness within. I'm just going to get one more oil that I've just forgotten. Yes, which is peppermint. But yeah, lime brings back the zest for life and is cleansing for the heart. There's also helichrysum, a fantastically powerful healing oil, which I just want to remember the title of it. Emotional pain. So again, it's releasing all these emotions that's closed our heart off. So another fantastic one as well for working with releasing trapped emotions with the heart wall. And it's also great for spiritual healing and transformation. So it's a good one as well as we're preparing ourselves to go towards the spiritual realm. So the helichrysum is really unblocking this. And then the peppermint, the oil of the buoyant heart, is really when we're going through difficult moments and we feel that very heavy heart. It just helps to keep us above water so we can breathe a little. It's called the oil of the buoyant heart. It's a bit like the buoy that you use in water to keep afloat. And so too, it's a great one for just giving this release. But I should go through more in depth into the oils at the end. So I'm just going to put those to one side and see what I'll pick later. No, not my music on, never mind. So we're going to see where we go today. I'm just going to get my plate. Good morning, Norma. Lovely to see you here. And yeah, you asked some great questions. Good morning, Paul, as well. So, let's go with the greens. I'm like so excited to see where this goes, you know, and it's being on a journey with you everyday painting. It's so lovely because, you know, we're on this journey together. Everybody's waiting, you know, to see how this is going to turn out, as I am very, very much. And I do really like painting with the green. Today I have no music in the background, which is also really nice because it can help just to be completely with ourselves, which I think is an important part as well with the heart chakra, as I said. But you know, we're on like this place where the branches start, where we're taking time to contemplate, and that silence can be important if we really just tune in. And who knows where this journey is going to take us today. And that's your marjoram. So I'm bringing in the marjoram and putting it into some green paint. And what I'm finding interesting today is that apart from this one part of the circle, but I'm actually wanting to paint how would you say, it's not so free. It's wanting that, it's almost like the joy of the painting coming through. That I'm not so concerned about the circle. And I'm going for the geranium as well. The marjoram and geranium, which I'm going to put aside. And it's actually quite refreshing painting with greens, because painting with yellow, there's not that many nuances of yellow that you can get really. Whereas green, you know, I think we can get a bit more fun into it. I've just noticed I painted 3 circles and 3 lines. So I'm just wondering what that 3 is about. Mind, body, spirit. That's certainly what it's coming into. And this one today, it feels much more contemplative. It feels like I almost need the quiet. It's quite an interesting feeling. Maybe it's because, you know, I've not got the music on, that there's no music in here. So has anybody else started to feel the differences between the different chakras? Have you found anything, discovered anything about yourself and what you're going through right now in your life? And how is that showing up? I actually want to Hi Diane, lovely to see you here. I feel like I've been sitting down and I really feel like I'm needing to stand with this one. And I feel like I'm needing to set myself free on this. It's so interesting when you stand up and when you use your hands, how that brings in such a different energy. There's a real freedom to it. Going to try this a moment. Feels like I need a lot of white in this one today. Keep wanting to add white into it. Oh. And I'm going to go for Kabiba. Yes, I feel it's a much calmer energy in this one today. And what is so interesting is that I'm paying less attention to the circle. Hi Nicole, good to see you here. Just going to dry this again. Yeah, very interesting that to me now the it's almost like the circle doesn't exist. Whereas on the other days I've been really using the circle. I'm feeling a lot of joy coming out right now. Now the other colour I want to bring in is pink, because it's the other part of the heart chakra. There is also pink in there, so I'm just going to dry this. And I'm going to bring in some helichrysum. Helichrysum, by the way, is also known as the curry plant, which I have loads of in my healing garden. It smells just like curry, although this doesn't. The oil doesn't. It kind of feels like my heart just wants to explode with joy and compassion and okay, Nicole, no problem at all. You'll be able to catch us on the live anyway, in the group. It's not always a convenient time for everybody. I just feel like pink just wow. Just brings it all alive, really. Yeah, it feels a very beautiful energy. where I said about that it was a moment almost to contemplate, it feels almost like a breather. I felt the lower three chakras. There's a lot of stuff going on. It felt to me very much like there was a lot of healing going on. And this just feels like it's a lot of... it just feels beautiful. It feels... harmonious. If you enjoy enjoying your movement, the heart is great. It has multiple dimensions. Guided to paint it. And I love using the palette knife. I just find the energy so different when we use our fingers. The palette knife and the fingers just bring something else into it. And I love the shapes that it forms. I just want to bring so much white into this one. It almost feels like I want to hold the heart in divine light. Yeah, I am too, Nicole. I'm really loving this one. And that's what I mean. I love using these rubber things because they take off the the upper layers, revealing again. It's almost like the remembering where we've been with the yellow, the solar plexus, and the red, and then adding this texture into it. And for me, texture is incredibly important in my work. It's really part of, I think, my style. Now, what came to mind as well is that sometimes we get to a point in a painting and think, oh God, you know, it's so lovely, I don't want to paint over it. And it can be very hard when we get to a point and we just love, like the colours here, I just love it. And it's all part of letting go, and like in life, you know, we have beautiful moments, but we can't always be in that moment. We have to move on, we have to remember that moment. We can take a picture of the art and keep it in that way, but it's all about letting go and moving on to the next bit, because we know the journey we've been on. Like I said, you know, this layer feels so much more joyful than the other layers. We know where we've been, but we don't know where we're going, and we don't know how beautiful these next layers are going to be. And if we try and stay stuck in this one layer, in this one moment of life, we don't actually discover the other beauties. And that, I think, is so poignant in life. It really is, that sometimes we have to let go. We only know what we know. We don't know what we don't know. We don't know what's coming. We don't know what's down the road. We don't know how our future's going to be. And right now, it may feel like the most beautiful moment ever. But who knows what tomorrow may bring? It may be even more beautiful. And like in the painting, maybe the other layers are going to feel even more joyful. And if you find yourself in that spot where you really don't want to let go of this painting, then take a picture, take a photo of it, remember it, fix it in your mind, as you do like a beautiful sunset. When we sit and watch those sunsets and the colours that come up, we think, wow, it's so beautiful. If only we could just hold that moment, and then it just disappears. But we can take a picture of it. It's never the same as a real moment. But if you're feeling it, take a picture and then turn the painting upside down, so you're no longer seeing the same image. You're detaching from it. Now, I think if I wasn't on a journey through the chakras, I would probably want to stay on this layer. You know, and I'm talking about letting go of these layers because I can feel that coming up within me. I can see these colours that I just love how they play together. But I know it's just a journey. And I also know tomorrow is going to be with the throat chakra and the gorgeous blues. So I know that there's going to be beauty in that as well. I'm feeling I want to put lime and some more geranium into the middle. And I feel like that was quite an energetic journey. So it just feels like I just want to soothe the energy. And just breathe. And just infusing this heart with love. If anywhere that I may not be loving myself, where I not be trusting myself, where I've held the pain, that love that may sense to all these places that need it. I can actually feel the energy. And so when you're doing this for yourself, with the energy that you're giving the painting, that energy, like the vibration of the oils, will stay in the artwork. And it will continue to vibrate and to heal. And I think this, you know, that this piece of art that we do at the end, it'll be one to, you know, probably to hang on your wall and just remember this journey that you've taken. And don't forget to photograph each chakra layer so that you have the memory of it. And what is lovely through this, we can still see the reds and the oranges and the yellows. So we're still seeing this journey. It's still there, it's still present within us. I'm just feeling I still want to add more white. Often what happens on these paintings, I'm painting with my fingers, that there's so much energy coming out that it is quite a journey, and it just needs that moment, that downtime, just to soothe and to calm the energy. But it does feel like very much a particular moment in time with the heart. It definitely felt much freer than the other layers. I don't know if you felt the same. My brush is now seized up. Yeah, it kind of feels like it's the moment to stop. So I'm going to dry it now. Now for this one, I don't even feel like writing all of the affirmations. I feel like writing words. Unique expression of the divine. I am love. I give and receive. I breathe. They're almost like little reminders. And I do have a green one. I'll see if the green one works on the paint. And I should probably go over this writing again as it dries. It's still slightly sticky. Gives and receives. And you can see why working just on a piece of paper, the paper actually wouldn't take the weight of the paint. The painting is still quite warm. And then I want to write nourish. More love. It's so hard to write on the warm paint and lumpy paint. Love, love, love. And a nice choice that you're painting along with this. That's wonderful. Yeah, the sunrise, sunset, the how the colours change is so much how it is in the painting, of letting go of that moment. So I'm going to read the oils that I worked with. So we'll go with geranium first. Geranium restores confidence in the innate goodness of others in the world. It facilitates trust, especially when individuals have lost trust in others due to difficult life circumstances. It also assists in re-establishing a strong bond to one's mother and father. When there's been emotional loss of trust in relationships, geranium encourages emotional honesty, love and forgiveness. It fosters receptivity to human love and connection. Geranium aids in healing the broken heart. It encourages emotional honesty by facilitating the emergence of grief or pain that has been suppressed. Geranium softens anger and assists in healing emotional wounds. It assists in reopening the heart so that love may flow freely. Indeed, geranium could be called the emotional healer. Geranium is a gentle oil, perfect for babies and children. It nurtures the inner child and supports in reparenting this aspect of the self. Individuals who have difficult time accessing their emotions can be supported by geranium, as it leads away from the logical mind and into the warmth and nurture of the heart. At its root, geranium heals the heart, instills unconditional love and fosters truth. To me, that is one of the top oils. There is rose oil, but I don't have the rose oil, but that obviously is a huge one for the heart and unconditional love. Carbaiba. Carbaiba invites individuals to connect with their past. It offers a deep, intertwining energy that links experience to unveil the deeper meaning and messages showing up in one's life. Kabaiba respects the sacred sheltered within until it is ready to emerge in the light of consciousness. It then invites individuals to become thoughtfully aware of the shadow aspects of themselves and discover who they really are. Individuals in need of Kabaiba often find that vulnerable self-awareness work reveals unresolved pain in hidden recesses of the heart, mind, and body. Many discover they are plagued with feelings of guilt, shame, inadequacy, and unworthiness that have been absorbed from their early environment. These shame-based feelings distort every interaction they have with life. Everything seen through the filter of less than creates a perception of the world that is extremely painful and ultimately defeating. Kabaiba offers assistance for those caught in lower vibrations of shame, blame, fear, self-loathing, and other unconsciously internalized emotions. It summons them to begin the unraveling and restoration process necessary for lasting healing and further awareness and insight. Kabaiba invites those who have done something that causes guilt or shame to undergo appropriate remorse and then move on, remembering that forgiveness of the self is also necessary. If not dealt with, these lowest vibration emotions will drive an individual to rebel or overcompensate. Both are a product of running from the center of truth and existence. Acknowledging the reality of past choices and experiences allows individuals to grow and change in a more conscious and clear ways. Kabaiba also invites individuals to come to the divine for clarity and redefinition. It reminds that the divine knows them anciently as whole beings, from their earliest childhood wounds to their current limitations. The divine, as a source of connecting force of everything, possesses a wisdom that transcends mortal perception. It reassures that mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual limitations are only temporary. The divine does not expect individuals to navigate the challenges of life alone or avoid the things they need to experience in life to produce necessary growth and change. Instead, Kabaiba teaches that the divine will reveal the higher message of one's life. It will unveil that they have always been treasured, accepted, valued, worthy of love, and much more. Kabaiba imparts that it is only through this divine unveiling that the individuals may fully accept the magnificence of what they really are and make peace with the past. Such a powerful, powerful oil. It really is. And then marjoram. Marjoram aids those who are unable to trust others or form meaningful relationships. This inability to trust often stems from harsh life experiences. These individuals develop a fear of close connection in relationships. They may tend towards reclusive behaviours, protect themselves even further by abstaining from social interactions. They may also protect themselves by unconsciously sabotaging long-term relationships. Marjoram shows that the barriers individuals have formed to protect themselves from others. It reveals patterns of aloofness, distancing oneself from other people, or being cold. Those in need of marjoram oil most likely use these protective coping strategies unintentionally. Deep down, they desire the intimate connection they subconsciously sabotage. Marjoram teaches that trust is the basis of all relationships. It assists individuals in increasing their warmth and trust in social situations. Marjoram softens the heart and heals past wounds. It kindles the fires of trust in relationships so that one may fully blossom. When individuals feel safe and loved, they express their authenticity more freely. Marjoram restores trust and openness so that true bonds of love may be formed in friendships and relationships. And so geranium and marjoram go so beautifully together, of releasing this the issues of trust completely. And then the last one, lime. A beautiful smelling oil. Lime imbues the soul with a zest for life. When individuals have been weighed down by the discouragement of grief, lime elevates them above the mire. It insists courage and cheer in the heart, reminds them to be grateful for the gift of life. Lime cleanses the heart, especially when there has been an accumulation of emotional toxins due to avoidance or repression. This oil revitalizes the heart space, giving room for light and joy. It clears discouragement and thoughts and feelings related to a loss or a will to live. Lime shines the light on the inner motives hidden in the heart and encourages emotional honesty. Lime can also assist individuals who have overly developed their intellectual capacities but have neglected to develop themselves emotionally. This oil encourages a balance between the heart and mind. It clears congestion from the heart region, assisting individuals in feeling safe and at home in their heart. Lime dispels apathy and resignation and instills hope, joy, courage and the determination to face all of life's challenges. So you can just see how these oils work so beautifully together. It's a really powerful combination. Yeah, wonderful oils. So what a beautiful journey this one has been, and it's so lovely to see the difference, how with the other ones I was very much using a circle, and this one how it went so much more freely into it. And so tomorrow we'll be moving up into the throat chakra, so our inner voice and the speaking the truth. And I'm excited to see what comes out with that, because blue is just my colour. Now, interestingly, between the heart and the throat chakra, there was also the thymus chakra, which is really about creativity and gratitude and positivity. And it's the colour turquoise. So I will be bringing in that as well, because it's quite an important chakra. And it's really good for strengthening the immunity as well. So I should be bringing in the turquoises, which I do have a lot of. It is quite my obsession with turquoise. So I hope you enjoyed this journey as much as I did. And I can't wait to see your pictures. Joyce, I know you've been painting along with us. So absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for watching again. And I shall see you on the other side. Take care.